of 101.
Right.
Is that what it amounts to?
Yeah.
Well, then they add to it. You add to it, and you get. And apparently, these guys that they deal with over at Astor have got real good taste buds too, which is going to help. That's why I'm so really excited about that new riff pick.
Right.
But
I'm jazzed about that.
But what happens if you got guys with great tasters and they're going to pick a great barrel, but they don't get a great barrel?
Then you'd send it back.
Well, yeah, but you're only allowed so many.
Yeah.
If you don't find a great one but
then you shouldn't buy it.
Pretty much.
Kyle, that could be the new scam, man.
Sorry, we have to back the barrel.
I'll split it with you. We didn't get any good barrels. I'm keeping the money.
You do have to send people some bottles, or they're going to want some money back. But yeah,
no,
they'll be lynching me in the street.
They got nothing on him.
Well, I think what would happen though.
David and Nick are the only two that have been to his house.
So, Jim Monroe picked up an old Carter Batch 2 American yesterday. Apparently, you left one on the shelf somewhere in the country.
Has he had that? I thought Evan had that before.
What's up, Tommy?
There's Tommy.
So we are live. What is everyone drinking? Right now, I got a Eagle Rare store pick that I'm sipping on.
I got an Elijah Craig 18.
There you go.
That I'm sipping on with a Kentucky Spirit backup.
That's one way to do it.
I'm drinking some Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 2 right now.
I love that.
Eagle Rare, first pour.
There you go.
Nice. I'm drinking some Old Forester Signature 100 proof from 2015.
Hell yeah.
Lucky boy.
Oh, yeah, Jim, you were right. Monroe said that was his second bottle. He needed backup.
Yeah, I was curious about that. So I haven't heard what he thinks of it, though.
Monroe, what do you think of that? Corey's drinking some B517.
Ooh, good for him.
That was the winner right there.
That was 2 years ago winner.
Yeah. From Elijah Craig 11-year store pick. Yeah. Bardstown Distillery number 2. Oh, Discovery Series number 2. So, what's up, Jacob? Steve, John, Chris. Got everyone in here, man. Killing a Maker's 46 bottle. I wish someone said, was that David? Someone said it before. They need to make a Maker's 46 cask strength.
Probably killing
Yes.
Maker's
That would be
46.
it right there. That would be awesome. So, yeah. So I want to know what is your guys' probably biggest regret that you didn't buy that you wish you did?
Are we talking bourbon or hookers?
Bourbon first, then hookers.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Jim, yes. And it could have been on the same night.
I feel like
So,
that was a serious question.
Mine is I passed up. I wouldn't say it's my biggest regret, but it is definitely one of them. The Batch 1 Little Book. I wish I had bought one, but
I sat with an Old Fitz bottle in my hand 2 Christmases ago, and because my son-in-law liked Old Forester 1920, I bought it instead of just buying both of them. Still my biggest regret because I haven't found an Old Fitz in the wild since.
yeah, I had one of those. I did the same thing. A store
Damn
not
it.
far from here, and although that was the 11-year, I want to say, and then I got to taste it, and I was glad I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
The 9-year and the 13-year were a whole lot better.
This was a bottle of 13-year, and it just kills me that I missed it. I'm still pissed. You'd think you could let it go. I just can't let it go.
What about you, David?
So I I saw a bottle of Booker's 30th anniversary at retail, which was $200 at that time, and I'm like, it can't be $200 good. Normal Booker's is 70. It was 70 at that time, and then I got home and realized I had made a grave error at that, and that's I'm still kicking myself because I called the liquor store back and they said they'd already sold it. So yeah, that was it is what it is. You move on. I think Booker's seems to be headed toward that $200 price range for the normal 6 year. So
Yeah,
at the rate we're going, but
yeah, that's becoming once again stuff that gets out of control that everybody thinks they have to have, and then they swap them around for $400 a piece. It's just irritating. And there's guys like us that we buy it because we like to drink it.
it's a novel concept, Chip.
Yeah, I know. To a lot of people it is, David. Absolutely.
So, you guys have samples of
We do.
Number 8.
Tommy, put it in a glass and let it breathe.
whatever the hell I sent you?
Mine leaked, but I have, I don't know, a third of a bottle.
Oh no!
This is
Mine didn't.
the second bottle in like the last couple of weeks that a sample that has leaked out, and this one was taped up too.
I was gonna say I taped the hell out of that thing, man.
Yeah,
I had a hard time getting the tape off. It didn't leak.
Yeah, I just had a hard time getting the tape off as well.
I think though it's these lids you got to really screw down tight, or sometimes they don't seal,
Yeah, you
and
do.
the tape will eventually leak.
I think
with it being
it's
so hot,
interesting that Chip,
with it being so hot, there's a lot of bottles that people are having issues with.
No, I
Corks popping.
brought my buddy at work 6 samples, and in the 8-hour shift, they were like, one was ended up leaking by the end of the day.
Mikey P.
oh wow, Mikey P,
There
baby.
you are.
Running
You're in,
behind.
you're in the dark, man.
Mike, what bottle did you regret? What was your biggest regret? What was it, Kyle?
What was the bottle you wish you had bought that you passed up on?
There was a bottle of Russell's Reserve store pick that was nicknamed Krispy Kreme Donuts.
Oh, I'd
So
have
it's
bought
only
that
right
just
that a
for
cop
tonight.
owned that one.
That was a cheap shot, but you're right.
Cheap, man.
Aaron
Mike,
is,
I know you're very easily offended. I will send a counselor, and that seemed to trigger you.
So Erin's in a lot of pain. She decided to try and dislocate her shoulder earlier this morning. So
I didn't succeed though. If it was
That's
just
always fun.
it would have been popped back in and it would have been fine. No.
This is going to sound weird, Kyle. This sample that you've sent.
Are we already selling the samples?
I've just been nosing it.
Okay, and before I fry up my taste buds with flight risk, I'm going to do the samples, you guys.
And it noses like it's I mean, the color of it says it's not real long-term aged, but then you nose it and it almost smells like a Dusty.
It's Nicholson's. That's what it is, Jim. That's what it smells like.
It smells kind of youngish. in my
It
butt.
smells like a Dusty. Honest to goodness, it smells like a Dusty of Old Taylor.
That's
I
what
get- I get Beam product.
who gets Beam Pro? Was that Mike?
No, that was
No.
Tommy.
Tommy?
Getting Beam product.
You think?
Yeah, I'm getting peanuts.
Yeah, I'll go with
I'll
that
buy
one.
that.
You just
Does it
ruined it for Jim.
Does it
No.
smell like it's old liquor?
It's It's got, I know what you're saying about the dusty smell, Chip.
It's almost a musty kind of
I smell it too.
Yeah, I smell green.
I don't get any green on it.
But then again,
Oh, did you say green?
green.
Yeah,
Green.
I don't get green.
Like
I get nuts and green, like a mixture of the two.
Get a dusty
I get
corn, a little bit of oak.
Yep. But I'm with
Almost
Tommy.
smells like
I can get a little bit of peanuts in there too.
Hey, Facebook user.
I'm
We
going to
don't
say it's a
know
bean
anymore.
product for sure.
Yeah,
you did?
yeah.
Mikey P.
Yeah, I definitely. I get peanuts on it for sure. It does smell dusty though. I like that.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's pretty cool. But look at
I'm-
how white
I'm-
it is.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is under 100 proof. I'm going to say between
Are they
90
drinking it?
and 100.
I haven't tasted it.
I'll say between
Well,
90 and 100 as well.
The nose would indicate 90 to 100. Smells
Oh.
good.
Be honest with you, at first, I was going to say Old Tub.
No.
No.
I haven't
What
had
is
Old
that?
Tub. I'd
Oh,
say this is
smoke.
95 proof, the single barrel.
I think they soak peanuts in the barrel with the bourbon. My
This
gosh,
is
is that peanut?
I'm gonna say this is probably close to 100 proof, but I think you're under. I think Jim
94, 96.
Yeah.
No, we are not in the studio yet.
filmed in the studio.
Yeah, we filmed in the studio, but there's no internet out there, so that's something we gotta do. Smoke Rocket's gonna roll out 13-year store picks. That should be epic.
That should be easy to find too.
Yeah, they're not hyped up at all.
No.
Tommy,
Mike,
is there
that'll be
is
at
there a
every
bottle?
liquor store in Detroit, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
Tommy, is there a bottle you regret not buying?
I can't say there is.
Or I guess what's your biggest regret?
Well,
in bourbon.
I can't. Honestly, I can't think of one. Just my wife's gonna hate it because every time I see one that I want, I end up talking her into let me buy it.
That's how you have a kid too, right?
Yeah.
I've not had. I can't remember a bottle I've ever had that tasted that peanutty.
Really?
That's like peanut brittle. It's sweet with peanuts. I mean, that's peanut brittle.
I like.
Yeah, normally I don't like
I'm gonna say
low
it's
proof
definitely
stuff,
under
but I like
100
this.
proof.
The
What was
finish
that
on
about?
it is
The fact that it so
I'm saying
we all know my
it's definitely
burning
under 100 proof.
too, but yeah,
Yeah.
because it's way
yeah.
really
It's,
light.
it's
really
90
no
proof.
finish.
95
Yeah,
proof is where I think it's 95, 96.
I'm with you, Jim.
It's gonna be some kind of weird Mattingly that comes across that way.
Like,
That's
Yeah.
all.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's the 95 proof single barrel Jim Beam.
wasn't somebody drinking that last night? Aaron, didn't you have a glass that last night?
She had the 108, the new single barrel.
Okay.
This does not have a great finish on it. The nose and the front and mid palate are really good, but the finish just is a little bit tanny and
goes
bitter.
right away.
I
But was
agree.
getting like mild
Yeah.
oak.
But it goes
It's gone
the finish
instantly.
goes away. Almost
Yeah,
instantly.
like-
Right. Exactly,
There's not-
Mike.
But
By
it
the
seems
time-
refined, and that it almost comes across like a really old bourbon, similar to how the Wild Turkey Masters Keep comes across. You know, it doesn't finish sweet; it finishes woody and tannic. That's how this tends to finish. But I think, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's an older one.
It's like the nose is gone by the time like I pull it away,
Mhm.
breathe out, and the nose is like
Yeah, nothing else. Nothing.
There's not a lot there.
It
Yeah,
doesn't leave you a lot in your nose. You're exactly right. And it
zero
doesn't leave you a lot.
I agree with that.
Nothing.
Anybody else get
nothing
cream
the
corn
finish.
on the nose? Like a really good cream corn. Oh, the nose on this is really nice.
I've had this.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm still
Probably.
getting that musty kind of smell. A musty.
Karen, it's right in front of you. What do you?
No, it's actually hiding, and I can't stand up. Like literally, like the idea of using my arms to push myself up right now is the worst thing on the planet. So I don't know what we're drinking because I keep trying to see it and I can't.
Corey said small barrels, negative. I can see why you say that, but
I'm not getting.
not on this one.
This is.
No,
I think
This
this
is
is
definitely
B.
under 100. There's no. I get that weird as it sounds. I get the burn that's under 100, and I don't know why alcohol under 100 proof burns, but it does.
Tommy, are you getting any oak in this? I'm not getting a whole lot of oak on the finish.
I'm getting like a mild oak, but
on the end, it's kind
I
of
still haven't
dry
tried it
too.
yet, but
Yes,
Yeah.
Corey. Yeah.
I hate to say it, I get peanut shells.
I'm getting a sweetness. I'm not sure if it's a cream corn, but I'm getting a sweetness. I'm getting lots of peanuts and like a mild oak.
I'm smelling some of that Band-Aid nose that I get
Oh,
on the
here we
wild
go.
turkey. I am.
Here we
I can
go.
smell it. On here.
Band-Aid.
But it's an
The
empty
medicine.
glass at this point. So
I don't think it's wild turkey, but I do get a lot of nuts on it.
yeah, no, I think it's a bean product too. And I think
I'm
the
wondering
proofs,
if this could be like this, not the what's the one that just came out? Is it the single barrel? No, it's not the single barrel. It's the Jim Beam small. Help me out.
Jim Beam single barrel 108. Isn't that the one
Yeah,
that
single barrel 108.
It's
It is
high
a
proof.
108 proof.
This is
It doesn't.
90,
It's not drinking 108, but
no, this
at
is
the same
95
time-
proof.
All right, I give up.
So,
So it's got zero, like
So what would
zero
we pay?
legs, really. Like the
the
legs
question is,
really
yeah,
bad.
what David said, what would you guys pay for it?
Well, I haven't
most.
tried it yet.
The most you'd pay to get it on your shelf.
$30.
Well, you gotta try it, Tommy. That does help.
I'm not sure I'd buy it.
Ooh,
I would.
Not in?
Maybe
I'm
it'll
not
tell.
overly enamored with it because there has no finish.
But it's still, I think it's still a pretty classy bourbon. I think it's got really good flavors, refined.
yeah, I like
David?
it.
It just
I'm
doesn't have a
getting-
long finish on it.
It's got way more ethanol up front than I expected for sure.
I'm probably in that $30 to $35 range.
This is a
And I'm
max.
getting on.
I bet you it's a $45 to $50 bottle.
I'm getting more oak on the palate.
I'm not saying what they're asking for it. That's all I would pay for it though. $30.
And I'm getting like crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah.
On the finish.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
So peanut brittley.
I get that, and I
If this
get
isn't
peanut
B,
brittle and
I'll be
Like when you're eating the peanut butter and then you actually get the crunchy part of the peanut.
yep,
That's what I'm getting on the finish.
yep.
Sure, I agree with
I'm
that.
with you. I get that more than I get any kind of oak.
I'd say I'd pay up to 35 for it for sure.
Okay. Mikey P.
I pay $40 for it. I like it.
I'm in at
No, it's
45.
definitely not bad, especially if it's in the $35 price range. Like
Yeah.
it's very solid.
It's got too much heat on it. It needs to
It,
go.
it has more heat than way more heat than I expected.
It needs to go up in proof. Typical Aaron answer.
So y'all know what it is then?
I can see
Yeah.
that at $45.
Nice
So-
call. Nice call. Someone actually called it.
Yep.
What's up?
old tub.
The old tub that I have does not have that much peanut in it.
It's like peanut
That's
brittle.
why
I haven't
Yeah.
had Old Tub yet.
Which one
100
wait?
proof.
No, I have not.
I've not had it.
What's the
That's
proof
what
on
I-
it?
100.
100 proof.
Yeah, it's bottled in bond.
It's freaking hot.
It's a bottled in bond.
No, not
Um,
Screwball. Even though Screwball's awesome over, I absolutely love Screwball over vanilla ice cream or vanilla pound cake, and that is amazing. No comment from the peanut gallery on.
I've never had.
As we're drinking peanut bourbon.
Right.
I had a buddy that had some, and he told me that. He
Wait a
threw
minute,
it
be right
away.
back.
Yeah, so I've only had I've had Old Tub once. I was sent a sample of it, and I mean, well, I called $35. It's a $20 bottle. I'd buy that every day.
I
like
agree.
that.
25, 30
I
bucks.
agree. I agree with it. I think Old Tub is one of the
I'd
best,
buy it every day for
best
$20.
values out there.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
all.
I think I think I've seen a few people in the nation say they paid $18.99 for it.
Damn,
I paid $19.90. I paid $19.95. I bought three bottles for $19.95.
I would buy it anytime I saw it.
It didn't taste this peanutty though.
I still haven't found it, and I don't remember. I don't remember it being this peanutty as well. I haven't found it here yet.
I didn't think it was that peanutty, honestly.
I don't remember it being.
I just wonder if it's because I drank it.
I don't remember it being that peanutty either, to be honest with you.
It tastes like pure peanut brittle.
So maybe just since it's been open.
Well, I didn't think mine tasted peanut. That's the first time I've ever had it.
You didn't taste peanuts, Mike?
Well, I did. Jim didn't.
No, I mean a little bit, but no, I mean it screamed a bean product to me. But
oh yeah, off the jump.
I was surprised at the proof though, because I thought 95 tops.
You know, the other thing that kind of threw me off a little bit, and the reason I thought that it might be from an old bottle, is because this is unfiltered, and you transferred it into another bottle. I don't want to say that it got cloudy.
Mine was a little cloudy,
but it's not purely clear.
What's the age statement on that?
It's bottled at one.
Yeah, it did have a little bit of a dusty profile to it, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's the way it came
What's the
across
age
to
on
me.
that, by the way?
That's what I was just asking because I got green on it. I don't know where my
bottled in
taste was
bond.
on.
It's
So-
bottled in bottle. I
Yeah,
think
it's
they're like
bottled in one, so it's at least
4
4.
years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
But I think they say somebody said that it was like a 6-year bottle.
The Master's Keep is bottled in bond too.
Yeah, but I mean, we were saying
Right.
it's young.
I would say it's probably in that 4 to 6 year range.
It didn't taste like 100 proof to me though. I thought it was a little lighter.
So on the
I
nose,
agree with you.
it wasn't 100 proof, but on the palate it was 100 proof.
Kyle, do you have a refractometer for alcohol?
Yeah, I do.
You should give it a shot.
Hit it up.
Okay.
Because I don't
For
think it's
science.
proof. I'm right there with you, Jim.
But Kyle, do you remember what we were talking about before we went on? And we were talking about drinking a real old whiskey to take the oak away from the taste.
Yes.
That's what this did to this too.
Corey says that he read somewhere that it was a 6-year for Old Tub.
I think I did too. I think Corey's right. I think that's what I read too.
However, this
Never doubt
light
Corey.
whiskey is drinking every bit of 147 proof. I will tell you that.
What's that, Aaron? What are you drinking?
But I'm drinking Triple Down
You're drinking Flight Risk.
Flight risk.
at 147 proof.
Erin's going to bed early tonight.
No, she doesn't. She's a
Uh,
trooper.
Aaron's going to get hyper and be ready to make pancakes at 6 tomorrow.
Jim, I'm gonna go find that real quick.
What's
I'll
that?
tell you,
I'm gonna go find that real quick. David, you wanted to know
Yes.
about the new little book. You got all the specs on that. You want to fill everyone in?
Oh,
Little buck.
so there was a post today in Bourbon Blind Nation where someone expressed an extreme amount of regret over not buying Little Book Chapter 4. I didn't even know Little Book Chapter 4 was out,
I didn't know.
but
I didn't either.
so it's 100. It's okay. So it's 122 proof this year. It's a blend, like it always is. It's a blend of. I don't know the percentages. If somebody does, please put it in the comments. It's 4-year brown rice bourbon, 7-year Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and 8-year Kentucky straight rye whiskey. Price tag for this wonderful bottle is $125.
100.
I don't know about
No
y'all,
fucking way.
but this is hard pass territory. I mean, even if I ran across it, that's a hard pass for that.
But it's-
Well,
I
But
don't know if it's good,
But no buts, Aaron.
What's a
No,
fucking
there's
brown
no
rice
buts.
bourbon?
Buy the 15-year Knob Creek and be happy.
that
but
the
15-year
Brown
Knob
rice
Creeks
bourbon.
and spend the extra $25.
No, buy 3 Knob Creeks and an old tub.
Monroe Doctrine says the little book dropped in Cali for $80 though. I mean, I would do it for $80.
No,
I'd have to taste it. I mean, maybe.
I'm just going off what I saw from I think from Beam. The suggested retail price was $125. If it's
So what's
not,
brown rice
tell me.
bourbon?
Yeah.
I'm
What
curious
is brown
by this.
rice?
I've never had brown rice bourbon, but
I don't know if you can call it brown rice. Well, I guess you could. Yeah, it's like
Well,
okay.
Yeah, as long as you have 51% corn.
Yep, you can put other ones. Yeah,
So they
Get rid of your-
replace the
And
rice.
it's a blend.
there's a
so
lot of
it's not
sugar in rice.
bourbon, isn't it? That right? If it's blended, it can't be bourbon.
Yeah, it's not a bourbon.
So they can do whatever the hell
No,
they want.
I'm not
I'm with-
disagreeing.
it would
I'm
have
just
to depend on just the way it tasted.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm at on it. I mean, if it tasted as good
But,
as
but Kyle, the question is, are you willing to take a shot from 125
No, I'm going to go to
on a,
Toronto
on
and
a, 4,
see if he
on a
gets
4 to
it.
8 year statement?
No, you're going to find some
Um,
place that has samples. You might not want to do that. That had flight risk in it. That's going to totally.
Oh.
That will up the proof, even if it's got a smidgen in it.
Maybe. I mean, everything that I've tasted from Little Book that I can remember has been really good.
That's why I'm willing to take. I'm like, but
So-
it's Little Book.
your number 3. I don't think's that great.
I didn't get 3. That's the problem. I've tasted 1. We have 2. Shauna and I got a hold of a couple bottles of 2.
I can send you a sample of 3.
That would be cool. Thank you. I would love to taste it. What is that?
Refractometer.
We will get the proof of this.
Doing some science tonight.
Always.
Ooh, it's a math thing. I hate
It's gonna be 95.
No, it's showing like 98.
Okay.
Still not 100.
I mean,
Just saying.
Did you calibrate it, Kyle?
Jim, you're a little off.
How much air is in the bottle?
Did he calibrate the
Half.
refractometer?
Well, I can't calibrate it if the bourbon's off.
Exactly.
No, I tried it on a couple of them, and I want to say it was reading like 1 or 2 proof lower than.
Which would make it put it right at 100.
So
you put distilled water on it, and you set it at 0. You can adjust those.
I'll bring it next weekend. You can play with it.
Okay.
Sounds like fun.
Or just read the instructions. It's real simple.
I
Not doing that.
I don't know how to read instructions.
Instructions? What are those? You mean you're
He's a man, Jim.
reads instructions?
I don't read instructions or I don't ask for directions.
That's right.
Yeah, but
Or help.
And
Or
you'll
help.
drive
period.
around for 4 hours when you could just literally call the place.
Nope.
Of course, now that we have
Like-
Google, that's a thing of the past. Google
it's the
always.
old I got it, I don't got it.
I think Google knows where you're going before you can.
Then it's just a race to see who wins. Is it Google or is it me?
So yeah. Anyway, for me, I would, if I tasted it and I felt it was worth it, then yeah, I'd pay it.
Agreed.
I don't.
I agree.
Specs don't scare me. It's just
But
it gets to like
what
Cavern
doesn't
Cove
scare you?
or
Specs.
not Cavern Cove, Sweetens Cove. $200 for 11-year Dickel that there's not a lot of great reviews on. Pass.
Yeah.
Not
Maybe
spending
I'm-
$200 on it.
I'm interested to hear all the
You
reviews
said
that
for
are.
11-year Dickel?
Do what?
You said for 11-year Dickel?
Yeah.
Like this guy?
Yeah.
No,
and
not the
everyone
new
says
one.
that tastes better than the Sweetens Cove. So
Oh, you're talking. Yeah, I'm not.
The new one.
I'm
The
not
new
paying
11-year.
$200 for Peyton Manning's whiskey.
no.
Hard pass.
This is almost
I guess from a little book chapter 4 standpoint,
You gotta-
the specs on it just feel like a money grab at this point, because you can get the Knob Creek single barrels like the Elixir pick that y'all have, that's 120 proof, and I'm not saying that it's the exact same or anything, but sometimes the pricing of Beam products don't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. When you got Booker's at $100 at 125 proof, let's say, and then you got Knob Creek single barrel, some of these store picks are up to 15 years old for $45.
Some
The
of the-
pricing for Beam, it just doesn't make sense, at least in my head.
Well, some of those single barrels are just Booker's killers. I mean, you get a good Knob Creek single barrel, and
Yeah.
it will take on a Booker's any day of the week. The problem is
Where am I?
how far and few between are those Booker killers? I mean, I've had maybe two
But
or
how
three.
far in between
Don't
are
get me
the
wrong, I
Booker's
love Knob
batches
Creek.
now?
I mean, I love Knob Creek, but
Yeah, I'm with you.
But you're not even talking about the same flavor profiles in a lot of cases. They're very much different bourbons, right? So they taste
But there's
differently, and
there's
now
too
it's
many
just
inconsistent bourbon reviews of Booker's. Sorry, go ahead.
I love it. You're not gonna. I'm gonna buy it. I mean, depending.
Aaron, did you get any backyard barbecue yet?
We should have a couple.
If you haven't tried it yet, try it. We
Oh,
drank some
backyard
of it.
That's my favorite. My
Oh, backyard
absolute favorite
barbecue?
is backyard barbecue. Yes,
Oh my
She's
gosh,
had
we
it.
drank
all about
some of
backyard
it.
barbecue.
It was
Aaron, I think we
outs-
have very similar palates.
We've been talking, and I
Very similar palates.
like backyard barbecue is probably my absolute favorite, followed by, and this is where my brain like wants to say I like Shiny Barrel better than Country Ham, but we've done it live. I like Country Ham better blind than Shiny Barrel.
Has anybody had bluegill? I've got an old bottle of bluegill here from 2014.
I've got
I've
it.
only tried one Booker's. It was a sample somebody sent me. It was a 2016 TAC 05. I don't know what that is, but
I only know them by name. I'm
whatever
bad.
2016 05 is. Pete McNeil sent me a sample.
That's isn't that Front Porch?
That's a good one.
It may be. I'm not sure.
Kitchen
But
table's not bad
It
either.
was delicious.
It's
I
good.
think it's Front Porch.
Jim,
Names
did you
are
say
bad.
you had some of that?
The bluegill.
Some of the bluegill.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about it. I don't like it, honestly.
I wasn't
Okay.
fond of. Everyone absolutely raves about Country Chew, and that one wasn't one of
Kentucky Chew.
I mean Kentucky Chew. But
That's
that,
my
Kentucky Chew,
favorite.
I didn't like that.
that one's not,
That's my
I didn't
favorite.
like that. Sorry.
it's still
No,
good.
I don't give a
It's
shit.
not one of my Off Your Rocker's good. Fred Gilbert just said Off Your Rocker.
Well,
But,
that's sort of what I was talking about earlier. When you look at, you take a look at specs. I mean, we were talking about specs, or I think that's what David was getting to. But it's just really, for me, it's a question of what you like. And I mean, you can even get into categories like a barrel strength bourbon, right? Because a barrel strength bourbon is going to be completely different than Jack Daniel's at 80 proof. But if you want to look at a barrel strength bourbon, honestly, I can go buy Elijah Craig barrel proof for $60, and it is equally as good as any other thing on the market, $1,000 whatever.
Agreed.
Yep.
It's going to be equally as good. But that doesn't mean because I can buy that for $60, I'm not willing to pay $180 for Old Carter American, because that is absolutely amazing too. Actually, it's more amazing, but it's different, so it's, variety's the spice of life.
So you brought up Elijah Craig Barrel.
Really, the question, Jim, is would you fly across the country for it? Pick up
No.
5, 6, 7, 8 bottles and then take
No,
it back.
I'd only go to the middle of the country.
You'd only go across the Mississippi.
Okay,
to do
in
it.
the middle of the country. All right, I got you.
Guilty.
He's talking Kansas. He's going to Kansas City. That's as far as he's going.
My buddy at work that I
Memphis.
that I made the samples for, he texted me, and to him, he's just getting into bourbon, so like to him, 100 proof is like it's up there.
Sure.
So I the first one he tried for some reason was Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Seed 919, and he texted me after he tried and said it's probably the best bourbon he's ever had at 136.8 proof.
It's not about proof, man.
No,
A
it's
good
not
way
about
to
proof
prove
at all,
that
man.
to beginning bourbon drinkers is get Four Roses, the
Yellow label.
yellow label, the small
Yes.
batch, and the single barrel. And
Dude.
as you go up in proof, though, they get smoother and smoother.
Yeah, the yellow label, man, is like, for me, it's like first time I had it was all
But
floral.
that's how it is with every bourbon to me.
Straight
That's the
floral.
craziest part. Like this lower,
You're an anomaly. You
the
don't
lower
count.
the proof, the more
Yeah.
burn and the less finish and the less everything. I'm like, just get over that 100.
So basically, what Kyle was saying, Aaron, you're fucking weird.
Pretty much, yeah.
And he sleeps next to me every night. So I mean, we got
Whoa,
that.
With one eye open.
I didn't hear this.
Elijah Craig small batch, 94 proof. That's a pretty easy drinker for a newbie.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw
Yep.
pretty sure I saw.
Yeah.
Was he on? Andrew on? Andrew
No.
Pham?
I saw him in
Andrew,
the chat.
I saw him comment. If you're on and you're listening,
I think he's
Kyle
working.
told me and David told me to tell you to send out a sample of, was it 139.4? The Elijah Craig barrel proof?
Is that the A120?
No, the old one.
No,
Yeah.
it's old label.
Is it 139.4?
We don't talk about that, Tommy. We don't talk about that.
No, we don't talk about that at all.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
39.4.
It's
I'm
trash.
actually gonna go.
It's trash.
Is that the A120?
I mean,
No. Oh.
so
It's a
it's on
dusty.
par with It's on par with Joseph Magnus. That's how bad it is.
I like Joseph Magnus.
I've never had Magnus.
I'm with you, Mike. Don't worry.
I like it.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I had that one that was horrible.
Actually,
you guys all
yeah.
tasted it and you didn't like it.
Jim sent me over one of his bottles, and it was not good. So,
Is this like Fight Club? The first rule about Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club.
like the first rule about 2021 is we don't talk about 2020.
20. I saw a shirt somewhere, and I'm so gonna get it. It had 5 stars underneath it with 1 star. It said 2020. I'm like, yeah,
Would not recommend.
would not recommend.
Yeah. Would not recommend.
So, what you guys move on to?
So
Someone
I
said,
opened that bottle of Kentucky Spirit. This isn't bad.
oh, my hips hurt.
Even in a net for
I'm trying to finish off a Russell single barrel.
I might help you with
So-
Elijah Craig.
The rye or the bourbon?
Which one is that?
It's the one that's the smallest. The Russell's Reserve is a single barrel, just the bourbon.
Yeah.
I'm drinking this Wally's one that I got from Andrew.
I grabbed the
Well,
smallest.
you got another one coming next week. Sorry.
I'll just grab that next week. That'll save me a few shekels.
I'm drinking some MGP rye.
There you go. Dude, that is some good shit for the money. I don't care what anyone says.
I never care what anyone says, and it's really good.
You drink what you like. That's the
You're
way
not picking up any of that Flintstone vitamin in that Dickel there, Jim?
This is MGP. It's
Oh,
rye,
MGP,
but it's MGP. Yeah. No, this is
Yeah.
phenomenal. No, I can. If you even have a bottle of Dickel within 100 yards of me, I can tell you because it's
I tried. I have to tell you this. I tried Widow Jane for the first time.
how was it?
What year?
And it's last year, brand new. Well, brand new, 2019. But it was like a third Dickel, and the only thing I could taste in it. My nephew didn't tell me anything about it. I said, "That's a Dickel product." He says, "Well, interestingly enough, it's about a third Dickel, a third MGP, and a third like a Buffalo Trace." And I tasted it and said, "The only thing you can taste in this thing is Dickel. All you can taste is Dickel because that's a unique flavor, and it's the only thing." The whole time I was drinking it, I couldn't taste anything other than Dickel.
yeah.
So-
But you like Dickel, don't you, Chip?
I do, yeah. I like the 11 year. I haven't tried the 13 year. Haven't been able to find one, so I haven't had a chance to try it. But I like the 11.
Last night. I haven't had the 13 yet either, but this 11 is it's great for
Isn't
the
that
price,
nice?
man.
It's nice for the money. Absolutely.
It's great for the
He
price.
sent us the old Widow Jane, and I absolutely loved it. But we had newer Widow Jane on the show, and I wasn't a fan.
I wasn't a big fan either.
Was
Was that-
the newer
If I'm
Widow
going to buy Dickel, why am I going to
You
spend
love the 14-year with the Jane, but the one we have is
I'm going to
the
buy another Dickel?
garbage.
That's what I just said. Is it not?
Oh,
I said Pete sent us a sample of the old Widow Jane, and I loved it. But the new, maybe we got a bad bottle.
I don't know. The one we have is
The one,
garbage.
yeah,
though.
it's nasty. I did not
It is. It's
care for
garbage.
it.
Was
was
that the one from New York you guys did? There was one from New York
Yeah.
you guys, Aaron hated.
It did.
Made from the waters of something up there, and you're like, no.
It's New York water. This has to be.
Yeah.
Maybe the New York City.
It made the list. It made the list of remembering I didn't like it. So then
Yes.
there's a lot in between that I'm like, have I had it? Have I not had it? I don't know. But
Hey,
when you
Kyle,
make
how do you
that
feel
list-
about how do you feel about 1776 rye?
1776.
James E.
Yeah,
Pepper.
rye.
Uh,
Jamie Pepper says-
it's. I mean, it's liquid.
It might.
Is it the only?
that
Is it the
Kyle?
only thing you've ever spit across the kitchen?
Yeah.
I'm really shocked that, but he actually gave it a price point, so there's that.
Does
I
it taste like a
think
pine,
zero.
does it taste like a pine tree?
I think he said 0.
Tastes like Tanqueray or beef eaters.
Hey, gray hair beef eaters, yeah. Tastes
Hey,
just like a
Tanqueray
pine tree.
rainbow. That's the way to go.
Somebody put
Juniper
juniper
berries.
berries.
I've got a
I'm
bottle of
taking the chip approach. How much would I pay? Not.
Not. I
Not.
wouldn't.
Hard.
I had 2 bourbons in that made that list of not pay.
10 of 10 would not recommend.
Yeah, Terrence Scott said New York water is best for New York pizza only. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I agree.
Pizza, great. Bourbon, shit.
Bourbon, bourbon,
Colorado Day was
Actually, the
really good.
Mackenzie bourbon's pretty good. They're out of
Have y'all had the Hudson baby bourbon?
Yeah,
What?
that sucks.
So I haven't had it, but they have it for sale on
Nope.
base.
So
No.
I
Like,
still,
It's like
No.
$40.
No.
I
Well,
need to get the word. We still haven't done this show, and I really am excited to try it. I want to do the 10 worst bourbons and do like a battle of the bourbons, not a flight fight, but a battle of the bourbons to find out which is the worst bourbon ever.
I love that idea.
Buffalo Trace.
No.
There's worse.
Oh,
I hate
God.
to say it.
No.
As
by
much as I
far.
don't like that Buffalo
It's going to be from Texas for sure.
I don't know. New York's
So
got
What, is that, what was that one that they had out there? Old horse piss or whatever they call it?
Yeah.
The only Texas bourbon I had was and I don't even know if it's considered a bourbon, is
Someone
Balcones Brimstone.
Literally nothing from Texas should be considered a bourbon because
Well,
it's from
the Brimstone I like because I'm an Iowa Scotch fan, and it tasted like I was taking a dip of bonfire ash instead of Copenhagen.
And this is a good thing. How?
Yeah. Blech.
Like, how is this a good thing?
Yeah, this is
It's
you're
taking
because
a
I'm
dip
an
of
Irish
horse
you're
shit.
really selling this hardcore.
Hey,
Yeah. It still had char in it.
if you like
Was there
100
char from the barrel floating
whiskey,
around?
Hold on.
and
Hold
if
on.
you like bonfires,
Time. Hold on.
throw it in.
Hold on a second. Chip, what did you say?
I said, were there still pieces of the char floating around in it that tasted like char?
There
Really,
was
what part of going over to a bonfire and just like, after it's all put out in the ashes and just like sucking up a big old thing of ash, like just get a straw and sucking up all the ash.
yeah.
Sounds
Instead
like
of
a
a
good
bellow,
idea.
you just take it
Yeah.
out. You just start drawing. I mean, after a few ice cold bush lights, you never know what'll happen.
I love the smell of a campfire and put out campfire, whatever, but
I don't even like that smell. Like barely. Oh.
Oh, dude, I love the smell of our.
I love wood fires. Oh,
love the smell
absolutely.
of our fireplace.
They're talking
I
about when
smoke-
you doused it with water, though.
There's a difference
No.
between wood
Yeah.
fire.
Or piss on it.
Yeah.
There's a difference between
By the
like
time you do that,
fire
you're too drunk
and
to
your
know what
fire.
it smells like anyway.
But when you have like a wood fire in a fireplace, there's that smell. But then when you're at a campfire and it like permeates and it like
And it
soaks into
smells so good.
everything,
Once
like
the fire's
smells
out
amazing.
and like the ash is taking over, yeah, it's like completely different.
I'm with you,
Now-
Kyle. It's an amazing odor.
No.
Smoke is an amazing odor.
I love it.
and he will try to
Give
like
me barbecue.
he's like
It depends on what you're burning.
I've got I fire up my Rectech smoker out in the backyard, and I just sit out by it just to smell it.
Kyle will try and bring it into the house.
Good God.
Because it smells amazing.
So
I love
Kyle,
wood
I went ahead and poured a little benchmark top floor action.
Nice.
Oh yeah. For you know what?
I'm
For-
really, really looking forward to those.
Yeah, I
So-
like that whole line.
Will you bring me the Elijah Craig barrel proof?
No, if I click it on the side of my
So for anybody that doesn't know, Benchmark came out with an additional set of 5 bourbons that they're introducing, I guess, across the country. This is top floor. This is 86 proof. To me, it tastes like a nice blend. It doesn't have the same mash bill. I understand that, but anyway, it's really nice. But they also have small batch, bonded, single barrel, and full proof. And the full proof at 125 proof is essentially 5-year 125 proof Buffalo Trace. same ash bills as
David,
Buffalo Trace and Stag, but it's really, really.
You bought all 6 for what? You said like $140?
Yeah, I bought all 6 for $140.
Dude, that's hard.
That included the original benchmark at 80 proof.
For a full proof, a single barrel, a bottled in bond, that's hard to beat, man.
Yeah.
Don't you think they're just trying to come up with another line extension that they can sell and have everybody going crazy like Old Weller Antique?
Don't worry, the full proof will be on the secondary marketplace for $300
for $500 here soon, I'm sure. Yeah. You know what? But Jim, for realistically, for a $22 bourbon that is 5 years old at 125 proof, I'm not going to argue with it too much. It's really actually pretty solid for what it is.
Yeah, but so is Weller Special Reserve. But go ahead and try to find it for that price in most states.
Right.
That's what I think they're trying to do.
Every liquor store here in Indiana has benchmark full proof on the shelf for $22, and
the ABC in Florida, you can get a 1.75 of Weller Special Reserve for $42.99.
Crazy.
If you can ever find it.
Luckily enough, I'm in a local group that a guy actually messaged me and was like, "Hey man, go now. It's not on the shelf. You have to ask him because it's upstairs." So
Tommy, are you in Pensacola?
I'm not saying
in Pensacola.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not sitting here saying this benchmark's the best damn thing ever. I'm saying, but for $15 to $20, what you're really getting, I mean, it's actually it's actually really good if you can find it at that. I wouldn't pay much more than that, but
dude,
for $15 to $20,
if I find a 125 proof, if I find a 125 proof for less than like $25, if I find a 125 proof for less than 30, I'm buying it.
Yeah, I agree with
As long as
that.
it's, you know,
Just because.
as long as
it's
it's got some sort of age on it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
As long as it's not 6
As long as
months
it's not-
old, because it'll suck.
Oh yeah, I mean, but
Even if it does suck, mix it with Coke and call it a
yeah,
day.
I mean, it's
Make old fashions out of it and kick all your friends
I
out.
sound like an asshole, but
All I do is drink
I mean,
bourbon,
for
though.
$25 at 125 proof, I'm not expecting the best. So if it comes, like if I buy it and it's decently good enough to drink neat, I'm happy. If it's not good enough to drink neat,
It's going
it's
to
a
hold up to a
125 if I
mixer.
paid $25 for.
And it's going to hold up to a mixer. If you got that proof, you can hold up in a mixer.
Okay.
Put ginger ale and Mountain Dew in there.
You can put ice cubes
I'm
in
gonna
it.
put some drop in there all day.
For $25, if it has some sort of age on it and it's 125 proof, it's worth a shot.
Absolutely.
Completely forgot.
Like,
But if it doesn't have any age, it could really suck.
Not right now.
drink your wine.
What's the minimum age, Jim, for you that you won't buy anything that's less than what?
Are we talking statutory or bourbon?
No, just what bourbon.
Is that twice?
Oh, okay.
Twice. At least twice.
16.
So for rye, I would say 2 years, and then bourbon 4 years.
But New Riff's not 4 years, is it? New Riff's only 2 right now, isn't it?
Yes. It's
Yeah,
four.
but isn't it called an American whiskey? Because it can't be a bourbon unless it's 4 years old, right?
Nope.
No, it can be a
It
four,
can be a
four
bourbon, but it can't be a
microseconds.
bottom of the bond. Right, it can't be a bottom of the bond.
Right.
It
Right,
has to be
right,
blended.
right. Yeah, my bad.
New.
Now, however, you
Right.
have Pabst Blue Ribbon coming out with a whiskey that was aged 5 seconds, so it doesn't have to be called a new whiskey. It's a bourbon
Right.
because it was aged 5 seconds.
Yeah.
In American White Oak.
That'd be good.
Yeah, 5 seconds age. Dude, Google an image. 5 second age statement.
Yeah.
And it's by Pabst.
It's by Pabst Blue Ribbon. Yeah, it's
I
like
think
$16.
they just made a new.
It's the only carbonated bourbon out there, right?
I think it's time to
Hey,
have a
and
new
it still tastes like tin can.
It's fizzy
I don't
bourbon.
So has anyone had Kyle swears by Boilermakers, and I know Tyler's not in the chat right now, but Kyle's friends and him used to drink Boilermakers all the time.
Because they're amazing.
Yeah, no.
They do taste pretty good. I agree.
It's the shittiest beer you can find with the shittiest whiskey you can find. And voila, you got the shittiest drink you can make. And I
It
think
is not shitty. I've had way worse things in my mouth than that.
When you're 21 years old and you want to get whacked, that's the way to do it.
Had worse things in his mouth.
But I think we just got a new one. I think we need to do Pabst and Pabst bourbon. And wow, that might be something spectacular. Yeah.
Actually,
Ryan
it tastes more.
PBR whiskey sucks. Just a
If it
heads up.
tastes more like if it tastes more like moonshine and not like a shittily aged whiskey, then it might not be that bad.
5 seconds in the barrel, it's not going to taste like, it's going to taste like White Dog.
I don't.
So,
Or
honestly,
mellow yellow, one or the other.
Yeah.
No,
Well, Jim
wait.
likes White Dog.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
White Dog too. I actually like Buffalo Trace's White Dog.
Their
What is
rye white dog is crazy good.
I don't think I've had the rye.
It's hard to come by. It's their mash bill 3. It's really good.
Fred is correct. It is a new charred oak container, not technically a barrel, but
Correct.
semantics.
I want to make a square box. Pour bourbon into it.
Hey, that
Be original. Make a round box.
that's a marketing.
Somebody I'm hearing like us.
Oh.
Do you hear that?
I am getting a background.
What are you
I've been
hearing?
getting it all night.
I'm hearing
A
my crazy
background or
voice in the
something.
background, like in an echo. It's really
You're
creepy.
fine.
I'll be
No,
all right.
it's like a radio.
Yeah, but it's my voice.
No.
Don't worry. That's
Mike.
just a camera sitting in the house.
It's me.
Yeah, you, Mike.
I'm here being
Mike.
quiet. I'm just waiting till
Mike's-
next weekend.
Mike's sitting in the. Why are you
Right.
off next weekend?
Next weekend, the 22nd.
Oh yeah, we're getting
Think
fucked
so.
up.
Wow.
I have plans.
Next weekend.
Wow, we got a mint shoot for.
I'm going right there and getting Skyline Chili first thing, setting the tone.
On the down.
Attaboy. Now you're gonna be setting the tone, then you're gonna be setting on the toilet. Is what you're gonna be.
Skyline Chili on spaghetti noodles.
What is this Skyline chili?
Skyline. Yeah.
It's the
It's a chili 3-way, 5-way, or 7-way, right?
You gotta get the 5-way.
going for
The
the
5-way.
7-way.
The 5-way will set you free.
I'm going 7-way. The more the better.
Now,
Yeah. Oh.
I need to know what ways these are.
Well,
So-
It's kind of like going to get.
Three-way.
It's kind of like going to. It's like going
Kyle,
to.
I
It's
need
like
to see
going
what your
to.
graphics like though.
Mm.
I saw you had a Glen, or yeah, I saw you had a mint shoot pour. I need to see what it's looking like though.
It's not quite a mint
Using
shoot.
a drill
It's
bit.
close.
It's enough. It's enough.
It's a good start. It's a good start.
The Skyline deal is like going to. What's the place that has the scattered, smothered, and covered?
Waffle House. Are you
Waffle
come on
House.
now.
Waffle House.
Yeah.
Come on.
Scattered,
You're
smothered,
not an American.
yeah,
I've already been drunk at Waffle House at 4 a.m.
I've only been to
chunked,
one
and
Waffle House
diced.
ever.
Were you drunk at 4 a.m.?
No.
Hey
That's
guys,
the
I
only way to
got
go.
a split.
That's
I
the
got
only way to go.
There's some stuff going on that's a whole lot better than this, but no, I'm kidding. I got to roll. I'll catch you guys next week. It's good seeing you.
All right.
All right,
Sounds
man.
good.
See you,
See you on
Jim.
Friday.
Hey, Jim.
Cheers, brother.
Kyle, I lied. It's a 3, 4, or 5-way.
Okay.
And what
The
ways?
3-way
is it?
has the 3-way has spaghetti covered with chili and topped with cheese.
Cheese.
The
That's
4-way
three-way.
is you either add onions or beans, and the 5-way is you add both onions and beans.
And
to be
beans.
cheese, chili, and spaghetti.
So if you don't go 5-way, you're wrong.
No, 4-way. 4-way is the only way to go. Forget
Pasta
the
doesn't
beans.
belong in
The
chili.
beans,
Hold on.
the beans will kill you.
I mean, I'll go 12 way.
I mean, I'm gonna go as many as I can.
Right.
I mean, you'll need the beans to combat all the cheese that they're going to put on there, because the amount of
Well,
cheese they put on there is insane.
Monroe
It's
Doctrine
just semantics now.
So Monroe Doctrine says that McDonald's is more classy than Waffle House. I'd have to
You're
agree.
drunk. You're
All
drunk.
about Denny's.
I need you to
Denny's
log
is
on.
the shit.
I like 3 over medium with scattered, smothered, and covered, and some country ham,
Chunked,
baby.
diced, and peppered.
No, I don't like the chunk. I don't like the chunk and dice.
Denny's
But
will
I
make
like
you
to
whatever
get
you
it
want.
started
You walk
out.
to Denny's and you're like, this is what I want because I'm too drunk to read the menu. And guess what they do? They make you food. And they
So
will make it however you want.
after high school, the year I graduated until the year I joined the military, which was a year, my picture was on the Waffle House Wall of Fame. I was in
You
that
must
thing
be so
every
proud.
night.
You know, the fact that you're bragging that your face was on Waffle House, this says things.
Hey, every night, I didn't even have to order. I would walk in there, and it was pretty much like, yeah, I
got
want
that
one.
with
I
Denny's.
want one. And they're like, one of what? I'm like, I want one.
Yes.
Denny's would just make it for me because I usually was stumbling in and they're like, oh, the drunk's here. Who brought the drunk?
Like, so this
So
is
I
how
just pulled up a picture of the that Skyline chili. I'm down.
Yeah,
It's
really
different.
Monroe.
Kyle, it is really good. It
It's
is
Monroe.
different though. It's not.
In-N-Out is the way to go. In-N-Out Burger, FTW.
My kids live in Morgan Hill, California, and it's the first stop I make on the way from the airport.
In-N-Out.
Yep.
Of course, you land
Yes.
when you land in
I
LAX,
land-
there is an In-N-Out right next door.
So
in
if you're
San Jose, yeah, right next to
if-
San Jose. You drive
if you're
out
in
the
the
door.
Las Vegas area, and if you haven't tried Roberto's Mexican Grill,
Anything with
You're-
Erdos.
you're drunk, and
The
you
Erdos-
might have something wrong with your head.
It doesn't matter if
Roberto's
it's a
is the way to
Filiberto's.
go.
It doesn't matter if it's a Roberto's. It doesn't matter if it's a Hilberto's.
Filiberto's.
Filiberto's. You get
So-
the idea. It's an Ertos.
So you get zero Waffle House in Vegas when I was stationed there, and I'm sure there's not any anymore. But you have Roberto's at 4 a.m. and you get like I weighed the food one time. It was 2 pounds. I got carne asada French fries.
Mm.
2 pounds of carne asada French fries. It's like $6.
Yes. God,
You
yeah.
explode.
I don't like.
No,
Sounds
you don't explode. You put them.
They don't like carne asada.
No, I like
You put them in the
carne
oven.
love carne
and
asada.
you're less drunk, and you continue
All about the
eating.
burritos at that point. You got to get the burrito. The burrito weighs like 7 pounds.
All right,
Some burritos
Monroe. Yeah, you're gonna be
in
in Monroe Doctrine. You're gonna be in Indian Springs. You're probably working on Predators or something. He's gonna be at Creech Air Force Base.
Where's that? In what part of the
That's
country?
it's
Sounds
about
like
45
New Mexico
minutes.
or something.
It's 45 minutes from Vegas.
Oh,
It's
okay.
you go past the Indian Res, and it's up by Mount Charleston. It's just an annex of Nellis.
What's the name of the diner that's out there by there? There's a diner out there that's like in the middle of nowhere that has the best hamburgers on the planet.
The Iron Skillet.
Is that it? It's
Mustang-
like it's the only
The
thing that's out
Mustang
there.
Ranch.
No. That's trust me, that's a
Tonopah.
cousin did the plumbing
That's
for it.
the Bunny Ranch is close to Tonopah, and they have great hamburgers.
Is that what you're calling it these days?
No, is it the Iron
Yeah.
Is that what? That's
Tito's
what. I'm sorry.
Standard, yes.
that one main
They have-
road
they
that
have,
Oh,
they have-
Tito's.
Palm
They have
Springs and
really good
Vegas.
Arby's roast beef melts, if you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Hell
But
yeah.
I love
Um,
Tito's.
It's
The,
that road that runs between Palm Springs and Vegas.
so that's gonna be you're talking about the railroad one.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you can eat an old train car. That's
Yes,
that's
that's-
15. Yeah, that's on the 15. I don't
I've
know the
been
name
there.
of it.
I think I've been to
You know
that.
what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I've eaten
Wait
there.
a minute.
It's
Palm
delicious.
Springs, between Palm Springs and Vegas isn't going to be the 15. I hate to tell you that.
Johnny said Skyline is garbage.
I live
A lot
off
of people don't like it.
Yeah.
Someone was it Monroe? Someone said that people either love it or hate it. Like there's
Yeah.
So
Right.
we're gonna go there anyway, I guess. And I'll probably put on 4 pounds. But
Skyline had a place in Clearwater. We used to go there all the time.
Tommy, I heard your comment earlier, and I love roast beef melts.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with a roast beef smell, man. You put a little cheese on it, all Salt Bay on it, and it's good. Hold on, who's from Clearwater?
Me,
Tip.
I'm just
Dude.
north of Clearwater.
Have you gone to Precinct Pizza in Tampa?
I have
Dude,
a friend of mine that owns Cappy's in Tampa, and
So Precinct Pizza in Tampa is these two retired New York cops moved down and opened up a pizza spot.
really,
Hit it up, man. I was told about it. Me and my wife went to Tampa a few years ago. We went to watch the Bolts play, and yeah, man, like we hit Precinct Pizza up. It's right by the aquarium.
yeah, I know right where it is. I know right
Yeah.
where it is. I have a friend of mine in Seminole.
Go
Has a
there.
place in Seminole
It's
Heights
delicious.
that's amazing.
Austin, we have not had the Little Book Chapter 4.
We were just talking about that just a little.
Yeah, we
bit
talked about
ago.
that earlier today, and a lot of people were kind of skeptical on the
Price point.
the price point versus
I wanna try
what's
it.
in there.
I mean,
Aaron, you're a Booker whore. You know
And Fred,
that.
how dare you? The Iron Skillet is delicious.
we are what we are.
I'm gonna eat it
Dude, I-
every time. I'm gonna eat their fried chicken and everything.
I'll tell you what, man. I know it's not Iron Skillet, but just about any like good breakfast place, I'm all in.
Dude,
You get country fried steak and you're happy.
I get
Oh.
that, or
Country
a-
fried chicken.
I'm a
Or the
chubby
chicken
little guy that like.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
eat-
you get the
I'll eat
scramble
them.
bowls, the skillet scrambles.
If
Yes.
you mash that many flavors
Yes.
together, how can it not taste like anything?
How can it not taste amazing?
Blech,
Exactly.
blech.
With some Frank's hot sauce on it.
No,
She just
Oh.
wants scrambled eggs with ketchup on it.
I don't want anything.
Okay.
Texas
No,
Pete.
what you need is eggs, onions, bell pepper, and ham. Every single
Monroe.
time with cheddar cheese
Um,
and a side salad.
Monroe, if you're part of Bourbon Blind Nation on Facebook, message me, and I will let you know a good bit about Vegas. I was stationed there for 6 years.
Johnny,
It's
if
a
you
long
can
time
still
to get
get Jim
Dallas,
Beam
man.
Distiller's Cut, yes, absolutely do it.
It's good. I
There
don't-
were some people that were saying Old Tub is better than Distiller's Cut.
Yo,
Uh,
Chip
I-
Chip and David look like father and son.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Hey, that's a
Well,
good looking orange shirt y'all got on though. But that's
Hey,
none of
I
our
got
business.
a lot more hair than he's got though.
Tennessee,
Thank
baby.
Fuck you.
Go
It's
Vols.
Gator. Thanks, David.
Monroe, find me and send me a PM.
It's the
So-
Gator.
So I want to know for you guys, has COVID changed your way of thinking with bourbon at all?
No.
Oh,
Like-
heaven.
Are you
Heavens
opening up
no.
more stuff? Are you drinking more of the better stuff? Are you not
Hating
doing
life
it?
and
Like,
not doing anything.
Are you
My
asking
daddy-
me or my wife?
My daddy taught me that life is too short to drink cheap booze. So it's just a matter of how many bottles you got to
That's
open.
debatable because ancient age 10 is delicious.
Well, I
life is
agree.
too short to drink bad booze. I'd go with
Yeah.
that I will go with.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Because I would have
Kyle-
never bought that ever.
Kyle brings out the good bottles when we're on lives or when we're drinking with y'all and everything else. But I drink what I like, whether anyone's around or not. And I've learned I have expensive taste, so I just open whatever I can find that I like. And then
Oh, Andrew, we see you in the health field, though. We definitely see you in the health field. Andrew said he hasn't been drinking as much because he's been working.
I have a feeling Andrew's at work right now.
that's
Yeah,
probably
man, we're working in the hospital.
miss
out in
you.
Google right
That's
now,
why it's
man.
not on the call.
ow, miss you.
We see you, buddy.
Raise my arm. We miss you.
Like I said, man,
If you're out there, we miss you, brother.
and his wife is also in the healthcare field, man. So,
Those guys are getting slammed, man.
dude,
Oh, they're
I'm telling you, my
Raising the
wife,
glass
We love Andrew.
of whatever.
my wife's a RN, and through all this, like she, like probably like 3-4 months into like after my son was born, she was getting like really sad, going to work, leaving my son. So finally, I was just like, babe, just keep all your quals, stop working until you're ready to go back. And then like during all this, like I was like, no, I'm not. I don't think you should go back now. I mean, she's like, well, they need nurses. I'm like, yeah, but our son needs a good mom right now. Yeah.
And they'll need nurses anytime she decides to go back. 'Cause
Oh
they
yeah,
always,
100%,
they
man.
always need nurses.
Oh yeah, and Stiller's Cut is $16.
That's crazy.
$16.
Grab all of it.
Yep.
And send me one. Send
Dude,
me one.
it hasn't been in Tennessee in like 2 years, man.
It's been
Dude,
no, it hasn't been 2 years.
At least a year.
It's been almost a year. We did that on the show not that long ago.
It's been a while.
Wait, y'all have
No,
a show?
your frame of mind has been like distorted because we haven't done anything. Like life has stopped since March 10th.
Ours was March 15th. That was the last time I went out to dinner.
Wow.
Oh man, like so here, I wrote this, and I'm not anti-mask. I'm not pro-mask. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. But so we have Pensacola has probably 8 just like local like breweries around here. So I go to one and I walk in, the guy was like, "Hey man, you have to have a mask on." Whatever. I put my mask on. I walk to the bar, sit down at the bar, and he was like, "Dude, take your mask off. You can't catch COVID while you're drinking our beer."
Yeah, right.
I was like, "Well, damn." And then he looks at me, he was like, "We have to have you wear a mask when you walk in." He's like, "We don't care." I was like,
the restaurant scenarios that are going around right now
it's
are
crazy. It really is. Like,
because I almost want to tell people that hand you the container through the drive-through that you put your card in, and then they touch said card, they swipe said card, put it back in the container, and hand it back to you. I'm going, why are we adding steps? Do you know how bacteria and viruses and anything else for that matter, you're still touching the same shit. It's not like magically, unless you got like a solar flare light thing that's going to disinfect the card while it's in the box. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. But policies are policies. Got to follow them. Life sucks.
oh, and Nick AG, bourbon does kill COVID if it's 120 proof or over.
It does. That is a proven fact. Don't use cheap vodka as cleaning sanitizer.
That's science.
Everclear.
I think
Everclear is
Stephen
what you
Hawking
use to make
actually
hand
said that.
cleaner out of.
Yep.
No, you're going to use this.
No, you won't, because that's good shit.
This is what you need to use to drink.
No.
It
No.
will clean your insides out, and you will be
What is
just
that?
fine. What is that?
Yeah.
That's the 147 proof flight risk that I was drinking a little bit ago.
By who?
Triple down,
Light whiskey.
light whiskey, single barrel.
Huh?
Triple
Sounds
down
right.
light whiskey. Wait, I got to get it lined up. This is what happens when you drink 147 proof. When you start your night out at 147 proof, and I can't hold my arm up.
Here, let me get that for you.
Thanks, honey.
That's
there
what
you
it looks
go. That's what it looks like, and it's 147
It's
proof.
just under 12 years old, and it's 147.3.
Good shit. I recommend it. 2 thumbs up.
For those hard at math, is 73.6%.
So if you were in
So,
work,
hold on,
Those
hold on.
hard at
I'm
math.
super
Thank
hard
you.
at math. What is it now?
73.6%.
Good to know.
It's 12-year-old white dog is what it is.
So Kyle used his phone
White
to do
dog.
that.
It's
now,
got
just
color.
heads up.
There is color there.
Lots
I
of
know, but I'm just saying it doesn't matter. It's still 73 proof.
It fixes everything. You're hurting. You won't feel it anymore.
Hey,
That's the
so
one you want to take to prom.
Aaron, how are you holding up after everything yesterday?
I'm here. I'm more in pain than anything. So physically or mentally, just keep drinking.
How are the kids?
Fine. And
Good.
we're gonna leave this off this chat right now. We're gonna switch gears and we're gonna talk bourbon because I can't do that.
Sounds good.
So I think we should raise a toast to both Andrew, everybody out there that's first responders,
Yes!
Mike
Hold up,
on the chat.
Everyone.
Mike,
Wait a minute.
cheers to you,
Hold
sir.
up, we all gotta get glasses.
We got to get
Sure that
glasses.
we're
Hold
not
on, I
drinking
need to fill
bourbon.
my glass. Hold on.
Mike, we love you, bud. You're awesome. Good man. Put up with all the
And with
shit
that,
out
I
there.
think we're gonna end it with this because we've been on for about an hour.
There we go. Yay.
Cheers to anyone.
Over an hour.
Yeah. Cheers.
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 Take it
All
easy,
your
everyone.
first responders, cheers.
I'm checking out. Y'all take it easy. Thank you.
Later,
See you,
buddy.
Mike.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Mike.
Be safe,
for
buddy.
everything you do.
You stay safe.
See you guys next week.
Will do.
Bye, bud.
Everyone else in the chat, appreciate all you guys, man, coming on.
Can't wait to be doing this in the studio. We
The
are
studio looks so good, y'all.
close.
It looks so
Next
good.
week we might be live streaming from Kentucky.
Oh shit, we will be.
Yeah.
David,
So,
have you
interesting.
gone to your Scotch yet?
Not yet.
No. So we're gonna end it
Andrew,
before he
we're
goes
gonna
on to the
miss
Scotch.
you. We're gonna miss you next week. Like totally miss you next week.
For real, bro.
This is a bourbon
For real.
station. We're not doing Scotch.
So all right,
Love you,
everyone in
David.
the chat.
Anyway,
Deuces.
thanks.
See y'all next week.